So let's start with the introduction of Marpol. Marpol stands for Marine Pollutions and is the IMO convention, marine pollution, which regulates the pollution in the sea from ships by its various annexes and protocol. So there are 6 annexes in Marpol. Marpol came into 1973 and then it has a major change in protocol 1978. And the 6 annexes of Marpol are Annex 1 is for pollution by oil. There are various chapters and regulations. Appendix Annex 2 is for noxious liquid substances in bulk, that is chemicals in common language. Then Annex 3 is harmful substances in package form, that is your dangerous goods in package form like containers and all. Annex 4 is sewage by pollution by sewage. Then Annex 5 is pollution by garbage and Annex 6 is air pollution. And these are the various chapters. Then we need to know the names and the entry into force of each annex. So Annex 1 is regulation for the prevention of pollution by oil, entered into force in 2nd October 1983 and revised on 1st January 2007. Then Annex 2, regulation for the control. Remember, this is the point to emphasize. It is prevention and this is only control of pollution by noxious liquid substances in bulk, 6th April 1987. Then Annex 3 is regulation for the prevention of pollution by harmful substances carried by sea in packaged form, 1st July 1992. Then Annex 4 is for regulation for the prevention of pollution by sewage from ships, 27 September 2003. Annex 5 is regulation for the control of pollution by garbage from ships, 31st December 1988. Regulation for the prevention of air pollution from ships, 19th May 2005. So sometimes these things are asked, and then when the protocol and all were adopted and entered into force, then Annex 6 is prevention of pollution by air. So from engine exhaust, we have CO2, not nitrous oxides and sulfur oxides, ozone depleting substances, then volatile organic compounds from the cargo tanks in oil tankers, and then ballast water can cause pollution, and anti-fouling. These annexes are still coming up. Garbage, wastewater, sewage, and bilge water, oil water, Annex 1. So this is what it introduces, the Marpol Annex 1.
All oil transfer procedures. Oil transfers are carried out in the machinery spaces of all ships and in the cargo spaces of tankers. Oil transfers are Annex 1 focuses on prevention of pollution during all oil transfer procedures. Oil transfers are carried out in the machinery spaces of all ships and in the cargo spaces of tankers. In general, ships over 400 GRT are permitted to discharge machinery space bilges into the sea, provided the ship is moving on passage. That is, she is en route. This discharge of water is through an oily water separator, which has a discharge monitoring and control system. The oil in the bilge overboard discharge does not amount to more than 15 parts per million. For discharge of oily water from oily spaces of oil tankers, or 10,000 GRT, The annex stipulates that the tanker is more than 50 nautical miles from the nearest land. The tanker is proceeding en route. The instantaneous rate of discharge of oil content does not exceed 30 liters per nautical mile. The ship is not within a special area that includes the Mediterranean Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, Red Sea, the North Sea, the Gulf of Aden, the Persian Gulf, the Antarctic area, the Oman area of the Arabian Sea, and the southern South African area.
So like this, there are different annexes which have different discharge criteria, special areas and all that we will see one by one.